Alright, here we go. We go under the Jeep for this. Come on. Alright, and okay. So from the front of the Jeep back here, you can see that this front drive line comes back toward the center of the vehicle and then hooks, if you can see, let me turn on the light, hooks into the transfer case in the front. But this axle would need to spin freely during normal two-wheel drive operation, I believe. I'm gonna verify that by jumping in and starting it next. But look here, this U-joint in the front, you know, if I hit on the axle, it's pretty solid, right? This U-joint is keeping the whole thing in position and it doesn't move. But if you go back here and you look at the other end of this drive line, look at this. It's all wiggle waggle. I think that's a problem. I think we gotta fix that. That's what's coming next. Alright, we're back under the Jeep and we're in first gear up in the air, so it's rotating fine. But yeah, the front drive axle doesn't move unless obviously the wheels turn. If the front wheels turn, I get a little movement on the front axle. But I don't hear anything at this low revolution, so maybe there's nothing to do with the front U-joint, but I'm sure that's maybe a separate, different problem. There's no audible trouble at the transfer case for the rear axle. I mean, nothing sounds weird. But I'm listening to the inside of the case and I don't hear the chain doing anything weird either, so I don't know. Right now it's just looking like the front axle U-joints maybe. So maybe that's a lucky strike. It's going to be easier to resolve, so I guess we'll get on that. Oh boy, not fun being under that Jeep, huh? Here we are now in four-wheel low, third gear. Everything's turning, and there's some definite noise, definite bad noise. Look at that front drivetrain wiggling. Plenty of noise. And it almost sounds like it's inside the drivetrain, really. I wonder. Yeah, I think we take this. I think we take this front drive line off and see if it's even one piece or at least solid. I think that's our problem, folks. Because the four-wheel drive, the transfer case, I don't hear a darn thing coming from there. It's totally fine. I think it's that U-joint or that transfer line, that drive line. Alright, more to come. Well, okay, welcome back to the Jeep drivetrain rebuild. And yeah, there's the old one. And here's the new one for 250 bucks on the internet. You get you a new one. Old and busted. The new hotness. Old and busted. The new hotness. Alright, so this is going up on there. It's waggling. It's ready to go. No noise whatsoever. So we got to put that up on the underneath here of that Jeepified. Get it up under there, hooked up to the transfer case, going up to the front axle, up there where, yeah, over there. And let's see if we can make this thing shine. Oh, I also got a new 44 bucks at O'Reilly's, a new transmission hanger. So got to put that on as well before I can get this under there. But let's do it. All right, there you go. That's old and busted. Old and busted. The new hotness. Old and busted. The new hotness. Rear drivetrain, fine, looks good. Here we go, front drive lane. Just been put it in, looks turning right. I don't hear no clunking, nothing. Beautiful. 44 low right now. All 4 tires turning. Everything looks symmetric. I don't see anything binding. I don't know. I'm gonna call it good here in a second. Feeling pretty good. I think I better ride it. Hey, welcome back to the final video of my Jeep restoration, or at least the amount of restoration I could do recently. So the drivetrain install went perfectly, and you're catching me at the last part of the testing. I was doing some slow neighborhood driving around, and everything worked fine there. So then I jumped on the highway and got up to speeds of 55 and 60 miles an hour, and it's perfect. So look, the reason I started this is I took a long road trip to northern Arizona, and after 600 miles over the weekend, came back. It was pretty rough. At highway speeds, I had terrible vibration, and I knew that something on one of the drivetrains was wiggling or being loose, and I could hear a terrible bearing noise, you know, underneath the Jeep, but where it was coming from, I couldn't tell. So I just kind of believed that at that point that it had to be drivetrain, and we just replaced the rear drive shaft on the Jeep, so I thought maybe U-joints, and damn sure it was U-joints for sure. So you know, found out that the replacement cost of that drivetrain, the front drivetrain, was only 250 bucks, and you know, you can even buy the parts for $100 and repair the old one, but for $250, why even waste the time on the repair? I may do that repair later and just put the other drivetrain on the rack, but you know, it's good for 150,000 miles, so I don't know if I'll be driving this Jeep that far in the next 10 years. So probably not worth it. But you know, out of interest of mechanical ingenuity, it might be fun to do that on a weekend. But I got so many other projects, I'm not even gonna try worrying about that now. But I wanted to say that, hey, if you have some kind of trouble with simple drivetrain or U-joints, it's really not that hard. You can do it. Don't waste your time paying people. I mean, I've spent thousands of dollars on this Jeep in the last year at certain auto shops, and I don't know if I got my value, I'll be honest. It feels like some of it was a bit of a ripoff. So anyway, you can do it too. Thanks for joining me on this little adventure, and I'll bring you along for the next project we start to videotape. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.